Ruth Edwards.
Madam Deputy Speaker, in the last 3 years there have been 1,329 assaults against emergency services workers in Nottinghamshire, and I want to share just some of their stories. On the 1st of February last year, police were called to assist paramedics at a reported insulin overdose. As they reassured the patient, Lance Morgan, that there was no sign of an overdose, he became abusive, kicking out at officers and paramedics, shouting racist abuse. Emergency workers Paul Poynton and Michael Phipps were injured as Lance Morgan punched Michael in the groin and Paul in the abdomen. He was sentenced to 20 weeks in prison after pleading guilty to 4 counts of assaulting an emergency worker. On the 16th of August, a female police officer was punched in the face and shoved in the chest after she stopped a driver who was speeding, lost control and crashed into another car. The offender, Andrew Robbins, got 14 months in prison for assaulting an emergency services worker and a string of driving offences. Now, I've been speaking about violent assaults, but 64% of these 1,329 assaults were non-physical, spitting, coughing on or threatening officers. The majority of these were carried out by people who claimed to have coronavirus, COVID assaults. In Nottinghamshire, Omar Osman spat in the mouth of the police officer arresting him while claiming he was COVID positive. In custody that evening, he spat in the face of a detention officer, splashed water and urine at another, and hit the custody sergeant over the head while spitting in his face. As one officer said to me when I was accompanying him on patrol, when this happens to you over and over, you are constantly living with that nagging fear. Have I now got COVID? What if I pass it on to my family? This bill will double the maximum sentence for assaults on all emergency services workers. It's something that too often has been overlooked in the debate of the last 24 hours because the party opposite don't want their constituents to know that they are voting against this. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, just so we all know where we stand, tonight we are voting for tougher sentences on child murderers. Labour are voting against. We are voting to keep rapists in jail longer. Labour are voting against. We are voting for tougher penalties for those who desecrate the memory of the fallen. Labour are voting against. We are voting to keep our streets safer and to tackle violent crime. Labour are voting against. They are soft on crime, soft on the causes of crime. They are failing to protect their constituents and failing to back our police.